This is the 2013 Trek 1.5. This is a beginner's review of it because I am a beginner and don't really have much experience in the world of cycling, but I guess I'll do my best to describe the Trek 1.5 as a beginner and my process of buying it, because most of you watching this will be trying to decide between this bike and a bunch of others, such as the Felt Z75, which was the bike which came down between this one and the Felt Z75 when I was trying to buy. Overall, I really like this bike. I chose it more because between the Felt and this one because it was of the price. My budget was like $1,500, and so and this one came in at $1,200, but there was a few specials on which brought it down to $900. So that was my main reason for buying it. Otherwise, I probably would have bought the Felt just for like the extra $100 I would have gotten the Felt and the Shimano 105 components on it. This has the Shimano Tigra components, which are still amazing, but I didn't think the Shimano 105s were worth the extra. I think it was like $400 or $500 that I would have had to pay to have the Felt bike, because the Trek was such a great price, like $900 for me, and I got a brand new 2013 Trek 1.5 just off the showroom floor. And I had all these great, it has the Tigra components, it has just everything's great about it. So the debate about the Tigra components versus the 105s, you really can't tell a difference when you're riding it as a beginner. I couldn't tell the difference. I just have heard of it that they're supposedly better, but I guess it's like comparing a red apple to a green apple. Like, some people like green apples, some people like red apples. I like the Tigra. They're basically the same thing. I'm sure there's someone out there sitting there right now saying, "Oh no, they're completely different. This one's got this or that," and I couldn't tell the difference, to be honest. So, and it wasn't worth $500 to get the 105s from the Tigra for me, because that's what you got to ask yourself when you're looking at the bike. If you're looking at a more expensive bike, after riding them and feeling it out, do you really, like for me, it was, do I really want to pay 500 extra bucks to get the 105 components? And I really didn't. Like, if it was like $50 separating the two bikes, then maybe I would have gone for it, but not that much money. Like $500, that's a lot. Overall, I'm pretty pleased with the bike. It's a really, really, really well constructed bike with really nice components. Like, they're not gonna fail you. You're probably not gonna have to upgrade them. Because like if I ever got to the point where I decided I need to upgrade parts on this bike to make it to suit my that wouldn't be anytime soon. That'd be like up the road when if I started doing like a little bit of like racing or doing like long rides, such as like the Trek 100, or just, you know, more races or whatnot, I would probably upgrade. I wouldn't upgrade the components. I'd probably just buy a new bike at that point, which is why the 105s are probably the debate, is because then I probably wouldn't have to upgrade when I got to that point, because the 105s would probably be better. But as I said, that's going to be a long time down the road, and I'd probably by then just buy another bike and sell this one or give this one to like my brothers or something. Yeah, the bike's just a good bike for a beginner, for an intermediate rider. I like it. I haven't had any problems with it. It's what I wanted. My opinion is that it's really up to you, but my opinion's that you got to look at your price, the bikes in that price point, and ride those bikes, and to ask yourself which ones felt the best, and narrow it down between which ones felt the same. And once you figure out which one, like if you can't tell the difference between the Trek 1.5, the Felt, or the Specialized bike, you really, and then you take those bikes, you look at their prices, and you ask yourself, well, stepping up from this Trek, when it wasn't on sale, stepping up from the Trek to the Felt would have been about $100. Is it worth it? Maybe. But for me, it was a no-brainer. Like I got so much money off this bike, such a great deal, that I wouldn't have stepped up to the Felt for with the $500 extra I would have had to pay for the Felt. But this bike, well, the stuff I've done to it so far is put the Cat Eye computer on there. It's the Urban Wireless one, so it's wireless. But what I didn't realize was when I bought it was this right here is a cutout for a Trek wireless computer thing, so you don't have to have the like cat eye thing sticking off your front fork. This one's built in. So if I was to kind of go back, I'd probably buy the Trek one, but at this point I've already got this. I'm not gonna change it up. But yeah, so this is a great beginner's bike. Just don't be afraid to go test ride these. Check it out. If you're some expert sitting there watching this video telling me I'm doing this all wrong, well, I'm just a beginner, so don't write angry comments. You have your own opinion, I have mine. So there we go. This is the Trek 1.5.